Hey YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Great day today. Just busy all around, man. Jeez. Didn't have to get up too early this morning for stocks, to check my stocks, but everything was fine. There's one article here I really wanted to share with you guys before I close out for the night. There's a couple more I want to read tomorrow. There's a lot of them. There's so many coming from all over the world with this massive housing crisis. It's super out of control. Listen to this one, okay, guys? It's right there. Worried parents buying homes for school-aged kids. A move experts warn come with pitfalls. So parents are buying homes for their school-aged kids. The market will return back to a normal selling level. When interest rates go up, and the stress tests a lot of people start failing stress tests. The people that will fail the stress test is the Canadian proper, because they can't keep up with the speculators and investors. So what's going to happen is, this is nuts, because it's going to return back to its original. Who's going to want to pay for a house worth less than what they bought it for? The article goes on to say, oh, it's like been going up 20% every year and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's say it goes up even 10% every year. Never mind 20, 10. In a matter, so by the year 2025, a house is going to be roughly $3 million bucks? I don't think so. I don't think that way. And if it does, you'll see Canada empty out faster than a cold beer on a hot summer day. Fast. Everyone will leave. I'll leave. Everybody will leave the country. No one's going to stay in a country where the average home is going to be $3 million, $4 million. I mean, it could be a playground for the rich, but when there's no one to service the cities and nobody to keep up the maintenance, the city's worthless. The city has zero value once there's no one to keep up any maintenance, right? You ever see those TV series on YouTube, 100 years after humans leave, or 50 years after humans leave, what happens to the earth and how everything pretty much goes back to dirt, or back to the ground, or back to the jungle, or back to the ice, whatever way you want to see it. I just can't believe that. I mean, I want to know what you guys think. Is this lady wrong? I'll leave a link to the article. I want to know what you guys think. Is this lady wrong for doing this? I am worried about my kids' futures. I keep saying it all the time. I am worried because if my kid started, my son's 3 years old. If he started working today, he cannot keep up to what's going on today. He will never make it. He can't make it already. He's out of the gate working at 3 years old. He'll never be able to have anything. It would be just so expensive. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Really, I really do. Because, and it's not one person, there's quite a few people doing this, and they're worried of being bought out of the market, but the market will return back to what original selling price should be for a person making X amount of money with interest rates. Or the other way is they bring in tons of millionaire investors, like tons of millionaire investors to come in that want to park their money in Canada. That's the only way. That's the only way. If they bring in, like, say, 7 or 8 million more investors into Canada, that would be the only way. But then who's going to maintain the cities? Who's going to take care of the infrastructure? Who's going to take out the garbage? Who's going to pick up your garbage, right? So that's something, I don't know. We're in such a bad predicament. The housing market is entwined with so much underlying props. House of cards, they're propping it up with everything they can to keep it afloat. But I think there's so many holes in the tube that it's going to have to eventually sink. I mean, there's nowhere for it to go but down now. Okay, if it goes up, the article said 20 points. Even if it's 10%, that's $3 million for a house in a couple of years down the road. And let's say that's true. Let's say it does. Let's say it goes through. Who's going to buy them? Unless we're going to start making $200,000-$300,000 a year, our money becomes absolutely worthless, like they did in Mexico. I remember when I was in Mexico. This is a long time ago. They knocked a zero off the pesos. So if you had a 100 peso bill, they knock 1 0 off because of like to try and keep the money holding more value. You know what I'm saying? So they knocked a 0 off. So picture a $50 Canadian bill, knock a 0 off, that becomes a 5. $100, knock a 0 off, that would be a $10. The only way I could see that happening is the reverse. They add zeros to our dollars. If basically they come out with a $500 and $1,000 and $10,000 bill, right? And then I could see that happening, like happened in Tanzania and countries in Africa. But instead of reversing that and trying to strengthen our currency and economy and our GDP, we're so heavily dependent on housing to keep our economy going. And that's why it's taking a long time for this housing market to crash. I keep saying it. Markets crash within days and hours, but economies take a long time to sink. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Comment below. I'm just rambling off now, things that I shouldn't be. Let me know. Thanks for watching.